Morning, it's Xavier, and welcome to Bonsai for Breakfast. I think this might be episode 5 now, and I'm going to try and make this a regular. Despite the viewing time of 7:30 not being everyone's favourite, it's breakfast, so let's enjoy it. And today, we're going to be dealing with my common garden shrub, Escallonia, which, do you know what? Way back in August 2022, I decided to show everybody out there, well, all 40 of you, how you can make an absolutely fantastic bonsai for nothing at all. Well, alright, it's not fantastic, but it's well on its way, so we're going to be looking at that. And if we've got time and you're very lucky, I'm going to give you an update on how my Mame Holly's getting on, and you remember what I did to that a few months back. And I may even slip this wired up Cotoneaster into this great big cascade pot.
Getting excited.
But you'll know full well that last year around this time I was also quite happy to pot up one of these evergreens. So there you go, 3 things for breakfast. So I suggest you make sure you've got your food ready, you've got your coffee ready, and sit down and enjoy it while watching me have fun with bonsai. Now this Escallonia has also featured as an update in one of my videos where I think I did a little bit more branch selection, and it's been pretty well left alone for 6 months. We've got lots of new shoots and growth coming out, in fact so much that I've got to go back to the process of selecting what it is that I want for my primary and secondary branches and then let them go again. So I'll give it a quick spin. I've marked the front here. It's got a beautiful, really deep red rustic bark, which I'll show you a little later. But I like the strength of the trunk. There's only 2 options because that's just front on, the root's no good. But here, this way wise, we've got the widest point again. We'll have stuff coming off this way, and then in this instance, the main part's coming towards us. I think the most impressive part of the root structure, or the nabari, is actually from this angle. So what do we need to do? I'm glad you asked. The first thing I have to do is sort out all this tangle of stuff here. If this is going to be the front, then I know I don't want things like this. These are the ones here and here. And looking inside there, I've also got a bit of a stub that might need to clear up. Definitely this is going to stay as one of the primaries, and probably this one back here. I don't need any more than that, so let me clean these up, and all I'm going to do is get my roundy, are they concave or convex, and just get in there and start removing all of this. Actually, if you notice, there's 2 levels there, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I am going to have to again decide what suits best. So, already we can see open up there. Now I need to clear up this little bits going on in here. So at the moment, one of the things I'm very aware of is here to here almost looks like a cup. It's like a U. And once I take this little bit out here, it's going to be more of an obvious U. So I need to remove this part here. So I'll do that with either a saw, or I may even start biting it away, nibbling it away with my cutters. Okay, well I've gone at it with me chompers and taken all this out here. Definite difference, and I've removed a great swathe of stuff there, and then I've covered it in a load of cut paste. Removed all this central stuff, and now really we've got to do is define what's going to happen with, we've got 1, 2, 3, decide whether we need all 3, and then just remove just a few of the branches, secondary stuff that's coming off, so that we can start defining the structure I really want. Let's get in close just so you can see what damage I've done to there.
But I must warn you, this is not for the squeamish. I'm not gonna look.
It's actually quite smooth, but I actually think I'm going to be able to eat away into there a little bit and actually just try and show a better separation between 2 trunk live veins on this trunk. There's definitely more dead stuff in the center there. So we just need to sort that out and that out, and then work our way further up. But again, just to give you an idea of just how wonderful the bark is on this, I'll often just peel off carefully and you see it's this lovely red colour. Again, this is one of the jobs I'll do now, a bit like juniper, removing all this old bark so that I can get a nice red. So let's move on with the selection. Now you'll hear me, I'm often saying a lot of this is about personal choice, but we do want to try and pick branches that make sense. In other words, you know, the angles aren't like too right angle. I don't know, I'm doing crocodile hands. Oh, oh, oh. Is that a crocodile noise? I don't think so. I'm not going to wire, so I know I'm not going to want that, so I'll remove that. This is a great big long branch. It's got a nice one here. Again, if you look under there, there's a little one there, and one there. So for me, I will probably cut it there. We don't need all this length. We've got loads of little buds on there, so we'll take it back just for there for now. And same, take that growing tip out. I am happy to let this grow out. I don't know whether I want this one under here, so for now I'm just going to let the tip grow out. I have a feeling that I'm going to remove that branch because it's also directly under this big one. It's whether I actually decide to remove this big one, but I quite like the angle it's going upwards, so actually that's made the decision for me, and that's gone. Interestingly enough, under there, that's a whole dead area as well, and I might actually start having a bit of a nibble and see if we can reduce it like that. Looking at the rest of these, so we've got this side one here, but little buds here. I'm going to take anything going up, but Escallonia, they are an evergreen. Get rid of that upwards. Will bud from bare wood. So we've got a little bud there. We've got this one. Let's take the growing tip out of that. Again, I've got 1, 2, 3. Not sure about this great big one up here. Needless to say, that would make great cuttings. Just stick it straight in the dirt. In fact, I'll do that with my other cuttings. So, happy with those little ones there. Okay, I know, you're all screaming out, isn't that wire on there? Well, yes there is. I just thought, I can't get rid of this. This was going upwards. I am just going to make use of that. I think that's going to make a great little branch.
He's cheating.
So, let's just... There we go, so we do that, and then all we want to do is take the ends off. And indeed this one. And as I say, if I don't like some of these, I know I'm going to get lots of budding at different points on this area. So I'll actually cut that back a bit further. I'm going to continue to nibble away a little bit under there, and then we'll move up. And now really, as I say, it's just a case, I've got this basic structure that I want. I now need to look at these branches and decide, are they worth wiring or whatever. These are still pretty flimsy, but what I will do is, if I look here, lots of little buds either side. Let's see if we can get those buds to do something for us. I really don't want that one, so we'll get rid of that. This one here, truthfully I could do with putting some movement in it, but that's the problem. Once you start wiring, then you start finding that's your solution for everything. I mean, that would make sense for this one. Maybe I'll add a little bit of wire to that. Put these so they're going out on the horizontal, see what we can create from there. Not entirely convinced about it, but that'll do for now. Just put a little bit of movement down there. I really don't want this to turn into a wiring exercise. So really now, We're looking further up here. I just need to have a look and see exactly what we've got. Again, I've got upward stuff that I don't want. There we go. So I'll create a little pad there, and we've got an upward one here. Get rid of that one. Just again about bringing the length back into the scale of the tree. We've got this here, we've got little growth here which I really actually like. That's probably what I'm going to be concentrating on. So let's cut this all the way back. In fact, let's just get rid of that hole. There are little buds there. Let's cut back further. One of the other things that we often struggle with, well I say we, I meant the royal we, me, is we can see this great mass of stuff, whether it be down here or up here, and we're like, I don't know what to do with it, so we do nothing. And it's the same principle I use here. Clear out everything until you know you've got the branches you want. Like here, I've got this big long one here. It actually comes from beneath the junction. I've already got a thick bit there, that's not going to be any good. So I'm going to clear away anything that is definitely not going to be part of this, and it's going to be easy to see. It's going to be at 90 degrees, wrong angle, all the usual things that we follow when we do this. Well, there you go. I've really clarified it down to 1 or 2 branches that are all going in directions that I can see and can see a potential future for it. Okay, put your dishes in the sink, because what I'm going to be doing now is exactly this. I want all the buds to be a lot closer back, so I'm going to do exactly this. Cut everything literally got a lovely horizontal one here, so I'll take that off. This upward one, well, it may be that that's going to go up, so let's just give it that. This one, there's little buds in close here, so let's see what it'll do for us. So there we go, look in the front somewhere around there. We'll just take it round. I've just got the basics, as I say, I've built all where I think potential secondary branches, primary branch is going to come from. And it may be that depending on how this buds over the next few months, I may be taking this one right back further, because I've got little buds here, I've got little buds here and here. Ideally it'd be great to be able to take this further back, but sometimes you've got to leave a little bit of length just to see how the tree or shrub responds to what you're doing. Do you want to see how this little holly's coming on? I'm so ecstatic with what I can see back here. A few people said it was going to really bud strongly, and you know what? It has. We've got that lovely curve here. That's obviously, I took all that off. This one's come up, and we've just got lots and lots of new growth coming up. And in fact, I could probably do with removing a few of these. It'd be nice to get something from here actually. Remove that. Move that. In fact, we've got 2 little small ones there and there. I probably don't want the horizontal one, or that little one there. Probably don't want this one either. So there we go. These are going to be the 2 of the future for this. I'm going to let those grow out. Perhaps just neaten that up a bit. A bit of cut paste on there. And that is the little holly. I'll clean those up when it dries off a bit, but they're going to be the 2 branches that come up. And I still hope I'll get something coming from lower down here as a result of me pruning off 3 or 4 branches. It's funny, they're really soft and the prickles aren't quite there yet. I really love that. Really love that. What we're now going to see is how this looks in this pot. I'm literally just going to take this out of the pot like that. I may just tease around just a weeny bit, but basically it's going to go straight in there, because we are in the first month of summer, and though this is an evergreen and will probably be fine, we don't want to be mucking about with the roots too much. So I'll just give them a little bit of a cone up, and then we'll shove it in there and I'll show you what it looks like. Just done a little bit of digging around. I haven't actually cut any roots. All I'm going to do is find the right sort of angle that I want for it. Go around the fronts there. Well, there you go. It's now in its new angle. I've got the wire slope going down, so we've got a nice full cascade, and lots to develop up here, I know, but it's like a lot of these cuttings I've got down the bottom of the garden. It's about time I started doing something with them. Put the bend in there, and there's lots of growth to go on there, but it's now starting its bonsai journey. There's only one thing missing. Just should we put him about there? And I suppose I'm sort of imagining we've got a fisherman who's looking over into the pond. Maybe this is going into the pond, or there's a waterfall and the waterfall's flying over. I know, and he's actually salmon fishing. So he's waiting for the salmon that are leaping up this waterfall that you can imagine you're seeing.
The guy is obviously not from this planet.
And he's grabbing them. In fact, he's caught one already. Hey, you've got to have imagination with this. You really do. So, there you go. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Something nice to finish off the morning breakfast with. Have a really great day at work, or indeed, if it's the evening, get yourself a good book, nice glass of wine or something, cuddle up with someone who's close to you, your pet, whatever, and just think about all the fun you can have with your bonsai. If you've liked this, big thumbs up. If you think anyone else could benefit from this, then please, I ask you to share it on social media and subscribe. And you know, if you can hit bell notifications and hit the word all, then that really does help me, especially if you watch stuff. I do appreciate it. Thank you ever so much, and enjoy the rest of the week. Happy bonsai, God bless. Cheers.